The final boss.
Well, I'm just glad I made it at least, even if I don't kill him.
Television.
What? What the heck?
Actually, I'm liking the fact that Kyle's figuring this out by himself. That's kind of the fun of this game. I'm gonna keep not saying anything.
I don't know what he's doing, but I don't like it.
I wish you would have seen it.
Was that his face? The knight's face? Yeah. Uh-oh! No! I panicked and ran into a... Oh, he got me. Uh-oh. Oh. I'm like really focused. I know he's gonna trick me up here one time. He's gonna do something different.
I think I should say this. You're not hurting him.
Yeah, I started to think that. I know I had the idea that I gotta bring him on this, right? On these, like, pencils. Oh, I gotta push them. I just saw the push symbol on it. Okay. I knew the pencils, because they were sparkling. I knew they were there.
Yeah.
I had that idea, but I thought at first maybe they were just... Oh, that other thing didn't get me yet. Come on. Let's see. Oh, I didn't see it the first time. Because I ran away from it.
That's why you said I wish you would have seen that.
Okay. My God. This is gonna be tough.
That was good.
It's kind of tough timing. Oh! I don't know what to do. He's scaring me. Shit. Shit. Okay. Dude, the 3D is kind of trippy.
This is what the Sega Saturn is all about.
What's he going? Can't figure that one out.
If you let him get hit by this, you don't have to. You're making him mad, angry. Get angry.
I know, I want
it's more. Emojis before emojis.
Well, I wasn't ready for that. I wasn't ready for that. I need more. I need life during this.
Yeah, they're not gonna let you have that. It's okay, man. You have a lot of life. You got like, actual lives, so it's not that bad.
I gotta really pay attention here.
It's like the Doc Ock television set or something. Who's Spider-Man?
Oh, you mean him?
Yeah, it looks like, yeah.
Doc Ock.
Doc Octo. He did the claws.
Okay. I think I know what they did. Oh, that's different. Maybe I'm thinking of the next one.
Yeah.
I kind of wasted that
Okay,
one.
okay.
I wasted that life. Yeah, I confused it with this one, which I think, yeah, they just come back down where they were before.
Right.
Yeah, I confused it with the other one. Alright, this one just comes at me, right? Yeah. Oh, he's tricking me up now. Gotta watch those arms. What? Oh, what? Because I hit it too early?
He was gonna double dip, so it's a good thing you hit it.
Shit.
Jesus, dude. You're making me nervous. Well done, Kyle.
Is that it?
That's it.
That was it?
That's the game. You did it.
With lives to spare.
That's right. But you see what I mean? Once you learn the game, that's when it gets better. So it's your final score.
It still was very little room for error on a lot of stuff. It was hard to talk about it because I had to really focus.
Yeah.
I had to focus really hard. Like anytime I had to run, it was like I was. You don't know how concentrated I was on controlling him with his run jumps because he's so slippery when he runs. That dude didn't do anything. They didn't do anything.
Yeah, no.
They didn't help at all.
Did they plan on making a second one always?
They did. They did make a second one.
No, I'm saying that they plan on it already. Who knows?
I mean, that was. I liked the whole toy theme. It was kind of fun.
Yeah. When I was a kid, I used to just like to play it because, first of all, the Transformers were awesome. The Lego, the kitchen, the attic, even the girls' room, it just feels fun to play through. So I liked it a lot. It was just a fun game. It's simple, it's quick, but all the levels are entertaining. They're all memorable, and I liked it a lot when I was a kid.
Oh, it's the Gypsy Girls again.
Yeah.
She gonna sing about how she loves the night. Why is she looks almost exactly like Shantae? She's got the
It's a good question.
The skin, the purple hair. She's got like the same kind of like look.
You're right about that. She doesn't look like Shantae.
She's got the same kind of like
What came first,
attire
this, right?
almost.
No, this is way older than Shantae.
Maybe somebody liked her,
You could be right about
so
that.
they wanted to make a lead that looked like her.
The big hooped earrings.
Yeah.
I mean, they're both based off of a stereotypical
Right, yeah.
image, but the purple hair, that's a
It's
little
the-
coincidental.
Yeah.
Yeah, along with the dark.
Well, I feel like a lot of people, when it comes to forgotten media or old media, I feel like every 10 years you'll see after images show up from less popular stuff. That's kind of like
Yeah.
refined, basically, in some way.
Well, they've said that too. How like sometimes people make up things and they're actually using things they've seen before, but they're not realizing they're actually doing that. So someone might have played this, and then like 10 years later was like, I'm
It
gonna
could have
make
been that they favored
Shantae.
her, and they just liked that look in a girl because they favored her.
But even just the image might have stuck in their head, and they
Yeah.
don't remember it even
That
from
makes
this
sense.
game.
Yeah.
They don't even remember it from this. They're just like, you know what's cool looking, and then
Yeah, that.
and then they
Yeah.
draw it, and then like it doesn't even occur to them
that they remember
that they remember it.
subconsciously,
Yeah.
kinda, yeah. You're probably right. That could be a thing.
So we get a song for an ending. That's
Mhm.
actually, yeah, I guess I can really see them like showing off the Saturn technology.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, we could put songs in our games.
Yeah,
now.
yeah. If you actually look at the game,
Put it in at the end.
they made a big deal out of it because the Sega Saturn lets you play the songs of every game on it because it was a big deal. You could put all
Yeah.
these intricate songs in the games all of a sudden. That was a big deal when it came out. The soundtrack was considered like a big plus for the Saturn.
Well, I went through that in an hour.
Yeah, you did pretty good. Again, it's a short game if you can figure it out, which I figured you could. I was worried about the Transformer fights because when I was a kid, they were the hurdle for me. And I noticed they were notably harder. They were like the tougher thing, but when you got through the first Transformer, I thought, okay, he probably could do the rest then. Because if you can move enough to dodge that guy, you should be fine.
Mm.
And you were good at throwing things too, so when you were good at that, I said you should be able to beat the second one too. Because that was a big thing. If you can throw it into the head, you should be fine. Into the body.
Yeah. The game was actually pretty well designed, I would say. And just looking at how the levels were, the bosses, like nothing actually felt unfair.
Yeah.
Besides the times when I like didn't know something was gonna do something else, like getting hit was gonna knock. I didn't realize getting hit knocked me back that much.
But Kyle, that's your fault because you actually didn't get hit that much in
I know.
early stages. Usually you would have noticed that by then.
I thought I guess I just didn't realize it was gonna knock me back that much. But it gave me plenty of lives for it not to. I learned. I saw it once. I died, and then I learned after that.
Yeah.
So in terms of design, the game actually felt really well designed. Like nothing felt unfair. It gave you just enough time to kind of like react and figure out stuff. Like just enough time. Oh, what is this? She gets captured again.
She's not waking up.
Oh, I guess we didn't notice that. We were too happy celebrating.
By the way, the game was published in 1995. That's a year before Toy Story. So we have our answer. Toy Story gypped this game.
So Toy Story ripped this off.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. They might have been working on Toy Story. How long?
She
was
even
Toy
looks like Bo Peep, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. I kind of thought that, but I wasn't saying it.
Look at her. She looks like Bo
They
Peep.
probably did rip some.
They
ideas
jacked it
and-
off this
I
game.
thought that, but I didn't say it because I
I
thought
can see clearly what that is
'Cause
now walking in there.
I thought it was just a coincidence.
Look, she looks like Bo Peep.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah, the
god,
dress
they
and
stole
everything,
this.
the hairdo.
this
Well, hold on.
it came out a year before it.
Yeah, but
They were still designing a lot in that time.
maybe they were.
Look at her!
But listen, those movies don't get made overnight.
No.
Toy Story. I don't know how long the development was, but
It's
it might
probably
have,
3 years.
I
might have been
think
a few
they copied
years.
Everything off of
Not
it.
everything.
Definitely took
But they
Bo
took
Peep.
Bo Peep from her.
So they might have started developing.
and they went
Toy
back and
Story.
edited some things. They went back and they
Yeah,
turned Bo
that might
Peep
have
into that.
happened. That could have happened potentially. Yeah.
She looks just like her. The dress is too similar. They definitely took that.
Yeah, they did. They would definitely take Bo Peep.
Because it was... Look, the globe! The globe! It's like the globe that knocked that... When he got knocked out the window.
Yeah.
They must have watched this.
Disney's kind of infamous for just copying
Yeah,
stuff.
they must have watched it.
Yeah,
They're
they
like,
are. A lot of their works has been shown to be copied. Even The Lion King, which everyone knows now,
Yeah,
was a
Kimba.
ripoff of
Worst one.
Kimba.
That's like the worst.
Which before like the internet became a thing and it was much easier to access other country information.
Yeah.
Like people were like, "Oh, the Lion King's actually original," because everything else was fairy tales, and then Kimba was first. And actually,
Japan was even mad. They were actually flattered.
They were
because
flattered,
Disney got all
yeah.
mad, saying, "Oh, you have to stop making Kimba."
Yeah, they
We
put
did
out
it
they put
first.
out an what is it? An FMC or something?
cease
Yeah.
and desist.
Yeah, for the movie, for the Kimba movie, cease and desist because of the Kimba
That's
movie.
actually gross of them.
That was
Yeah.
bad. Yeah.
Well,
Japan wasn't even
I think
mad.
there's been some documentaries that have come out or information where Disney, like I think it was Walt Disney because he was still alive, wasn't he?
No,
he
no.
was dead by now.
Yeah, he was.
I think Disney people said, like there's some records where they outright admitted they saw it and they made it for America as the Lion King. But yeah, I was saying the levels actually felt really well designed.
Now you know what's weird? I have the sequel and I played the sequel. I don't like the sequel. The levels are not well designed in the sequel. I feel like
They were probably trying to make it harder, and by trying to make it harder, they just made it unfair.
no, they're not unfair. They are the sequel to this game is a tech demo. They put a whole bunch of 3D
Damn.
tricks and neat things in it.
And it's not really like a game.
It's not like a
It's
game.
just a showcase.
Yeah, I didn't like it half as much, and I was really shocked by that because it came out relatively near this one. I feel like they're like, oh, let's make this really neat and fancy 3D game
Yeah.
instead of making a game.
Yeah.
The only level in
They
this,
still do that today, though.
yeah, yeah.
They still do that today. How fast can I make his eyebrows?
It was just like glitching.
We used to do it to the music. Yeah.
But we've talked about this before. Just this is passion.
Yeah.
This right here is passion. They enjoy doing this.
Yeah.
Nowadays, you don't see this.
Yeah,
They
you
don't
don't.
have a menu like this.
Where you can play with
Even
it.
Mario 64, the fact that like his face comes up and you can play around with it.
Yeah,
and stuff,
you're right.
Yeah,
They don't
these
do
do
this
play
anymore.
around with stuff.
It's just a fun game, and they made it for like kids to have fun with. Because I used to like when he ran that his eyebrows are constantly going up and down. I thought that was
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, so
I used to like that.
I was saying, yeah,
Oh,
this
they're showing you
You
how
were-
to get secrets.
Yeah.
Yeah. Watch this actually.
it really is. I think it was pretty well designed. It was fun to play. I still think he's a little weird sometimes, but I got the hang of it, I guess.
I noticed when you
Um,
did at the midpoint. I could tell you got your
But I
your
can.
feet on it.
It was
yeah.
intentionally designed to be that way. It's just like any other platformer. They intentionally designed it to be a certain way, which, it's fine. You just gotta get used to it. But man, making those jumps at the ends while running and like centering yourself, that was
Yeah.
really. You might not have been able to tell, but I was focusing
No,
really
because
hard.
I noticed you got quiet on those parts. Every time something was happening, you just got quiet because you were like in the zone.
I had to
I like
focus
that.
on the jumps.
I like that.
So yeah.
Yeah,
Short-
this game taught me how to play games because I remember replaying these levels again and again.
Well, definitely, yeah. if you if I didn't have as much experience as I had, like old games used to give me a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I
Yeah.
just got them at a certain point. So like, definitely, if I was a kid, I wouldn't have beat this. I would be playing this over and over. And
I
over
started
again
playing
to get
this
me
when I
there.
was 6 years old. That's when I started it. I think I beat it when I was 8. So it took me 2 years.
So I'll say it was fun.
Yeah.
I will better. It's better than Man of War.
Oh, you like more
Yes.
than Iron Man?
I didn't really like Iron Man. It was fun, but like, it wasn't the gameplay itself. In Iron Man was like, This actually felt the gameplay was rewarding. It felt rewarding.
Well, I noticed that when you got better at it, you're supposed to. You started pulling tricks toward the end of you're like throwing the thing, dodging,
Yeah.
jumping up and over. I was like, yeah, he's getting it. I see it.
Yeah, it did feel fun to like get the game, and like I would actually play through it again to see if I could do better. And that's a sign of a good game.
Yeah.
That I'd be willing to want to play it again. It felt fun to play it and get good at it. That's how a game should be. So yeah, I'd say even though it was kind of short, like I did it in an hour, but for what it is, yeah, I'd say it's good. Solid above average.
Now, in this game, you have to keep this in mind. The graphics actually do come into play with its runtime. Because back when this came out, they couldn't make a... they made a part 2 for a reason. They couldn't make...
Well, of course, when they put this much into the graphics and stuff, it takes away from, levels and stuff, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, so my review, good game, above average. I had fun with it. I'd probably give it a 7. Probably give it a 7.
For me, I'd probably give the original Clockwork Knight, I would give it an 8.
It's above average.
Big fan of this game, but the sequel, even though we're not reviewing it, I don't want to, but the sequel I give like a 4.
That'll probably drop to
4. I'll give it a 4. I think it's below average because the gameplay is not there. The level design's not there. The level design is not there. They weren't. They were just trying to show off the tech demo stuff for the second one, and it aged poorly because tech demo from the 1990s isn't going to impress you anymore.
Yeah, I mean this is obviously showing off stuff too, but it still works. Yeah, it's still a game.
This aged well because it had good level design.
Like I saw that the things going in and out of the background was kind of gimmicky, but it still had gameplay to it. Like it wasn't like, oh, this is just for show. Like I actually had to pay attention to it and think about it. The very first enemy that I saw in the background, I was like, that guy's gonna do something, and then he jumps out on me. I'm like, I knew it.
Yeah.
This was made completely by Sega. That's interesting. I didn't realize it was an all Sega game.
They were going all out during the Saturn to try to pump games out for the system to get people to buy it.
This is an IP I was never aware of that Sega made.
Really?
Yeah, never knew this game.
Another one that they made that I'm a fan of, which is the other game I played when I was 6, is The Stall. And I would like you to try that one eventually too. The Stall's probably one of my... Between Knights, Clockwork Knight,
I can tell
Knights and a Stall. Those are my favorites.
I can tell too. This train level probably is the first big hurdle for a lot of players, especially if you're not good at platformers or you're a kid. Cause I could tell. I was like, I'm gonna keep dying if I fall.
Yep.
But I got through it magically somehow.
You wanna know how this game screwed me? I got to that train level and I kept dying at it, and I finally beat it. And I was like, finally! And I fought that freaking transformer.
Then you get to the boss.
That's how this game used to be for me. It's like you keep playing the same level and you finally beat it, and then the next hurdle is there.
That's how games used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say it never got boring either. Like every time that I started feeling like, okay, I see everything I need to see, then it gave me something new.
Right.
Like nothing overstayed its welcome, and nothing got boring. It had really good pacing actually.
Yeah.
Very good pacing. Yeah. Interesting. This was fun. I didn't have a whole lot of fun with X-Men
I'm
Iron
glad
Man,
you enjoyed
Man
this.
of War, to be honest. I didn't. Iron Man and Man of War wasn't a whole lot of fun. It was just interesting.
Iron Man of War was a fun game to play with my brother.
This and Knights has actually been pretty fun. Sega Saturn games.
I think you'll like Astral too. Astral is the harder of the two of these though. I think Astral is kind of hard. It might even still be hard today. I haven't played it in too long, but I remember it being hard. And it's a little longer too. But those are my favorites. It was Knights, Clockwork Knight, and The Stall. for the Sega Saturn.
Hmm.
Those are my favorite 3 games that I constantly would go back and play. I would, like, over the summer, when I was in high school, I would pop these games in and play them once a summer.
Hmm.
So, those 3. I would just pop it in my room, play it, beat them all again, and then put it away. So,
That's a wrap.
yep, that's a wrap. That's all, folks.